Hi, friends and family. Welcome to our home again. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm going to attempt to show you all of these thrifted items from fall. I haven't been doing thrift hauls for many reasons. I would love to explain all of it to you. Then you would probably sympathize with me. I know thrift hauls are very, very popular, and maybe I'll start doing some more if you don't mind my doing them in a format like this. I'm going to go through every one of these things, but I just wanted you to get a glimpse right now of everything that I'm talking about. So we'll get started on them. And I hope you've had a really good November so far. I am not planning on any Thanksgiving videos this year. I just decided it was just too much work to take all that out and then be able to get all of this Christmas decorating done in a timely manner. So this year I decided not to do it. Maybe next year. I do have some Christmas things over there on this wall, so you will have something to catch a glimpse of while I'm doing the thrifted items. So I hope you can stay here and relax and enjoy seeing all the cute things that I found really cheap. Thanks again. Okay, I'm gonna start out with an adorable Halloween item. It is November 6th, Monday today, but I did still find this after Halloween. We have two Goodwills very close to our home, and they are also very close to a place that we would have pizza or get a little lunch somewhere once in a while, or our grocery stores. And so Norm will often say, do you want to run in the Goodwill here, as long as we're right here in the neighborhood? And I always say yes, that would be wonderful. So you may recognize this as something that you thought I already had. I'm putting these things, probably a lot of them, on this Lazy Susan that we had custom made for us. That's red cracked ice. We also have a yellow cracked ice pattern, one that I use all summer long. So this one I use all winter long. So it will be easy for me to just turn this around. I have one that I thrifted, could be 3 Halloweens ago, that had, that's room for a little battery pack and light. And the other one of mine had the eyes drilled out and 2 eye holes drilled out in the trunk that lit up then with this battery pack, but the wires weren't that great, and I took it out and I just put a votive underneath it, and you did see it in my dining room video. So that one had 2 little owls on top. So maybe you recall seeing that. It's very cute. I've always thought it was one of my favorite items. Well, this was not cheap. They know it's vintage, and they were asking $6.99 for it at Goodwill. But I found it awfully hard to resist. I thought it was really nicely done and completely different with the eyes painted. So sweet. And these 2 cute little ghost kids sitting on top. So that was a splurge, but Norm thought it was pretty nice too. So I hope you like seeing that. Found it after Halloween. I apologize for not being able to find how much this was. I don't know why, I can't remember all these things, but it is really a neat owl planter. And he's looking down, so I am tilting the camera. You can see the angle. But I thought he was very cool, nicely made, and the reason why I liked it is because I had shown you in one of my upstairs stairwell videos that, well, it was actually, the shelf was going downstairs. I had 3 ceramic vintage owls that just had black eyes. These are actually like a really dark brown, but he goes nicely with those other 3. But he's kind of spooky looking, and I thought he was pretty neat. Norm thought he was pretty cool too. So I hope you like that. The bottom just has a raised signature, not carved, but a fancy raised signature that says Gladys. So I don't know if that is a particular brand or somebody that makes ceramics had a special tool to sign their items. Isn't that something? It's really different. So I don't know anything about that. Okay, let's look at some Thanksgiving things. I thought I might be doing Thanksgiving videos, but like I said, I decided not to take the time this year. But I still pick up things that I think are really neat and go with the similar items that I've been collecting. So these little glass votives are a favorite of mine for the different holidays. I have Halloween ones that I did show to you, Thanksgiving, and then I have quite a few Christmas ones that I found for many years. I really like them because they remind me so much of the glassware, the beautiful ice slip pitchers and glasses from the 50s, but a lot of these might be 70s, 80s. So they average 50 cents. The leaf votive here is really pretty. It's leaves and acorns. Very pretty one. That was 50 cents at Family Pathways. Now, a lot of this thrifting we were doing in September when we went up north to all the Family Pathways, up 35W, all the way to Taylor's Falls and across over to St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin. One of the best Family Pathways in my mind. The prices are really wonderful, and prices do vary from one city to the next. This one, cornucopia one, was 99 cents, and it was from an off the beaten path thrift store that we just happened across called Thrift Works. I can't even tell you where it was, but it does have the cornucopia on it. Cornucopia, I guess that's how you'd say it. And says, every season is a reason to give thanks. So that was the only one that was 99 cents. This one says, when friends meet, hearts warm. And I know that I thrifted these two, even though I can't prove with a photograph that they were around 50 cents each. They were out on my shelving in the basement, so I know I've gotten them recently because I haven't taken out any Thanksgiving bins. So I must have found them like this early fall. This one's very, very pretty. A lot more ink on that one. And this lovely what I believe is carnival glass. Marigold, I'm assuming, is the color. Looks to me to be vintage. I've looked it up, pulled it up with the Google lens, and all of them that are shaped like this say it's called tree bark. It was $6 at the Goodwill. Unfortunately, there was only one, but I don't mind that. I'll show you in a minute why I didn't mind a single one. I love single candle holders of different heights to make a little grouping. I had my 25% discount, so that made it $4.50, which I think is pretty inexpensive. It's in very, very nice condition. I do not know if there's such a thing as newer marigold and how you tell the difference. This might be the newer, but they're still on the internet. Everybody is calling it vintage G-net. I am not an expert in carnival glass, whether it's older or newer. I think the older, in my guesstimation, is duller. This looks pretty fancy, shiny, so maybe it could be new. Now, the reason why I got it is because I have these. A pair of these that were my mom's, I believe. And they have always been very pretty to me. I don't have any other marigold, vintage marigold glass or carnival glass. And I thought the three of them together would be very nice, and I would have used that for Thanksgiving and some fall foliage. Yeah, so that's why I got that. I like it, and I thought it was a real deal. I have a hard time resisting a mod pumpkin design. The green pumpkin was only 50 cents. This was actually from a small thrift store in Pine City, Minnesota. It is next door to a very nice big family pathways. I think I have some orange ones, but I also have a black one. And I just, for a while there, I was really loving the real mod simple look and the gold stem. So 50 cents is nothing. And I would have used that for fall decor, and same with this gourd. Now, over the years, I have found two of these really pretty ceramic gourds. This was only $1.99 at the Goodwill, no chips. Really good deal. And this was little plant poke from Family Pathways. It was only 75 cents. Looked very new and nice. So I think it's vintage. I have a lot of this kind of corn in different sizes that was made like this, and they were typically Hong Kong. So I like that. You may recall that I really, really like finding cute little plastic canvas crafted items. I think they're a lot of work. I used to do it myself years ago in the 90s, I think. These were at Family Pathways, and they were all in a bag together for $2.50, which I thought was a real deal. There is one of them, though, that I probably will give away. I think it's the one on the end down here that has some stitches missing. I'm kind of surprised that people that are making these items don't really realize when they're missing some stitches. So I probably won't keep this one, but they all had a nice magnetic strip on the back. So I would have put these on the fridge. 4 is enough. And just like the ghosts that I showed on the fridge, I got them the same day at Family Pathways, $2.50. And I did show the little pumpkin there in the Halloween video, which also had the magnetic strip on it. So they came ready-made to stick on your fridge. That's where I enjoy looking at them. I've found over the years some beautiful large pieces. Like I have a beautiful big turkey all done like this, and it's so colorful, just gorgeous. I like them. This was at the Goodwill. It might be sort of common. I've only seen one, and it was a year ago in Stillwater, Minnesota. It was very expensive. I have a little video of it that I will add after this because I just want you to see the difference in how somebody else did the other one. It was more of a splatter glaze, whereas this is a lot more natural coloring. I'm assuming turkeys are white. So it's quite a deep bowl that I would have put out for a Thanksgiving video this year. Not going to now, sorry. But I would have probably put grapes in it. You could add a little fruit or grapes. You won't believe the fruit I ended up with this year. It actually does look like it's more open there, doesn't it? I just noticed that. See how that's together more at the top of their feathers? Oh, so both two sides. I see. So it looks like two molds put together. Yeah. Isn't that interesting? In order to make the bowl, I'm sure it was already that way before somebody glazed it. And so it does give you a side to have lower, so you would see the contents of your bowl, like plastic grapes, probably for me. It would show up a little more. Oh, I didn't really pay attention to that before. Yeah, I didn't think it was that bad for $9.99. It was kind of a splurge. I just figured it would be a really fun item to show you and see if any of you have had something like that or actually made one. It's only the second one I've ever seen. So here's that clip in an antique shop in Stillwater, Minnesota. Funny. 35. There's so many crazy things that I can't find what I did with them. I have a lot of places where I stash things right away and I forget the price. I have a photograph of 4 other clear orange, smaller Thanksgiving cookie cutters, and this one came with it. This is possibly what? It says Hallmark cards. I don't know if these were 80s or 70s. Hard to tell without looking it up. I used to have a huge collection of Thanksgiving ones, really big. I don't know, I just decided they were taking up a lot of space. I didn't really need them. Too bad. They were beautiful condition. Some of them were whole sets on cards even. The original card, yeah. But anyways, I will show you the photograph of the clear ones that are older, in my opinion. And they're a lot of fun. So that was really cheap. When we go to the Pink Squirrel occasional or monthly sale, let's see, the September one we went to, but we didn't go to the October one. There is Siren, Wisconsin, not too far from the Grantsburg, Wisconsin Pink Squirrel sale. So last time we were there in September, we went to Siren, Wisconsin also, but there is another small antique shop that I just love going to. She's so reasonable. very nice lady and her husband own it, and they live across the street. This was, let's see, pot holder from Grandma's Attic in Siren, and it was $2. She uses the cutest little playing cards for her tags, so I may show you some of the photographs of her playing cards with the prices on it. So this was very nice and clean, well done. I think I had it up for Halloween on the cupboards, and I had stuck a felt leaf on it too to give it a little more interest. So that was very nice. And these, I don't remember where, but they were so pretty. I'm sure they were pretty reasonable for a salt and pepper set. I thought they were very nice. There's no marking on the bottom, and they're new, but that's okay. I just thought they were really, really fun. I love salt and pepper sets of pumpkins, and the ones with the leaves on them like that, that's pretty fancy. So they may have been $2.99 each. I guess Norm handed them to me, and he thought they were pretty neat. But he'll pick up things and say, what do you think of these? This is called Indian Summer, I believe, by Corel, made in the 70s. I was thrilled to find a couple of these at Goodwill a month or so ago. It's really funny because Norm was checking out. He happened to be in there with me, and he had the cart, and he said, "Are you done?" And I said, "Yeah, I think so." But then I said, "Oh, wait, just let me run down this plate aisle where the glassware is and the dinner plates." So he actually started unloading the cart, and I'm trying to hurry walking down the aisle, and I thought, I'm probably not going to find anything. I couldn't believe my eyes that there were two of these there. They were $1.99 each. I think these are very hard to find. The yellow ones look like lilies. Wow, that looks like trillium. The 3 petals. Yeah. Interesting. But they're probably, well, Indian Summer. That's in the fall. So I guess they do consider that fall colors since they have the brown border. And I was using them for fall until I thrifted the other day. I found that huge stack of the other ones that I can't remember the name of. I did that YouTube short video finding all of them for $29.99, but there are many plates in 3 sizes, and they were in excellent condition after I got them home and checked them all. So that was very thrilling to find that pattern that I love. Yeah, I was really thrilled. I come running back to Norm with the cart checking out there, and he was standing there waiting for me. And I said, I can't believe I found these. I'm so glad I went down this aisle. Those are the times that makes it so fun, right? To go thrifting. Yep. Here are 2 more items from Grandma's Attic in Siren, Wisconsin. These are what I believe could be a craft item. I've collected a lot of these very delicate looking necklaces, rope necklaces that I think somebody got as a kit. I don't know. It's just that they're so different, and I don't see that they were mass produced. I don't find them very often, and they're, I don't know. I just don't see these very much. And I've collected them, all different styles that look like this. That's a lot of work. I've collected them to show photos of in my plastic and lucite book that I started years ago. I will someday probably start showing you more from my book, like go through the jewelry. I've already started one on purses, a video I started it a couple years ago, and I just haven't gotten back to it. So anyways, this was there too for $7. It is in beautiful condition, lots and lots of green on it, and I just love these islip pictures to put them out for March. How appropriate, huh? With the lily of the valley flower. I would really enjoy showing this in March with a lot of pictures that have greens in them. Doesn't have a chip anywhere, so $7 was a steal. Very unusual. Lots and lots of ink on that one, huh? Yep, just really nice. Sometimes when you find these, the picture will have scratches on one side on the paint, but this one's in beautiful condition. So I hope you enjoyed seeing those. Here are a couple of white things that I was thrilled to find. The little Cupid is absolutely adorable. I think that is one of my most recent finds, just maybe a week ago. That was at the Goodwill for $2.99. There was another one with it, but I think I had that one. I have been picking up these made in China porcelain. They look like, to me, it says made in China, but they're just really a nice white. This is beautiful. I found it for, let's see, was it $5.99 only? That's crazy. There is a thrift store that's quite large and pretty nice in New Hope, Minnesota, not very far from us, called Unique Thrift, and there are other stores around the Twin Cities too. I don't see any problem with this at all. It's in beautiful condition, and I do like white ones. I just very slowly started giving in to a white one here or there, and they all have lovely patterns on them. I even have one with deer on them and evergreen trees. It's beautiful to use in the winter months. So that was a happy find for only $5.99. But back to this cute little Cupid. A lot of people just consider them angels, and they consider them more for Christmas. But to me, because they're not wearing a robe, I have explained this before, what my thinking is. If they are not wearing a robe, I think of them as cherubs or cupids. So I use them for Valentine's Day all around in my decor, and I love the plain white ones. So when I run across one this big, that big, I just think I've really found something special. And I love them when they're lying down too on their tummy and, you know, got their elbow up or something like that. But this, I'm pretty sure I do not have this. They're all packed away, except for a couple of them. Yeah, there's a couple of them that are that sit on the edge of the shelf. And I don't think I've shown anybody those. I didn't think to bring them out right now because I thrifted those in the summer months. They're smaller, but they're just adorable. So I just think they're beautiful. Very attracted to white, I guess, because of how much I've liked milk glass over the years. So she was only $2.99 at Goodwill. I think I got a couple of real deals there. Here's a lot of vintage glassware that I was very happy to get at ridiculous prices. I have a video of being in the Goodwill, if I can get this focused, on this Fenton, I believe, Amberina little pitcher, miniature creamer. I was trying to see if I could show you the Amberina difference there. Yep, quite a yellow handle. Darker on the bottom. Beautiful condition. I was in shock when I went around the corner from the candle area and I was looking at the top shelf of the Christmas stuff, and that was sitting with the Christmas stuff. It was $1.50. And I'm saying in the video, what? You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, it's in beautiful shape. I have collected these little creamers in all different colors of glass to show on that little long shelf there. You've seen my videos probably, where I've had different combinations, or all orange or all green, something like that. So I didn't pass it up. I may have one of these. I don't know. I think I do, but that's okay. $1.50 was an unbelievable deal. So that was very fun to find, and all of these 5 glass votives. Very, very beautiful condition. They are very heavy and real glass. They are not flashed. They were $4 for 5 of them. Let me look at where that was. Oh, I didn't actually write down. That could have been Family Pathways. Yes, I think that was Family Pathways. So I would call those hobnail, wouldn't you? Beautiful, beautiful condition. Hard to pass them up. I think it's more common to find those vintage votives in a diamond pattern versus the hobnail pattern. So I thought, I'm gonna get those for $4 for 5 of them, so they were less than $1 each. Beautiful. Now this was very fun to find. I love the icy look of patterned glass, EAPG. I do love that kind of pressed glass, and some cut glass, but I did a lot of cut glass last year for a very sparkly kitchen, and it was really fun to do. But I have always loved the cruets because I have a thing for finials, right? I love really cool finials because it's a lot like your vintage genie bottles. That's kind of what they remind me of. It's the same look. So that's why I'm really attracted to vinegars. I have quite a few probably now to probably line up in my kitchen window. I'm gonna look into that for a January kitchen video if I hopefully get one done. I would want to see how that looks because I think I have enough now to make a sweet collection. It's really funny. I mean, I was collecting these for several years, and Scott from the old Curiosity Shop this summer, I think, he showed in a video clip, maybe it was a YouTube short, all of these crystal or pressed glass cruets lined up what looked like on a window ledge. So they were getting lots of light on them. I thought that was pretty fun to see him interested in having a collection like that. I think they're just gorgeous. It's the shape of them. It's the stopper. look at the condition of, just no problems, no chips. Yep, a lot of times that stopper is chipped. So I think I got a wonderful deal on all of those, right? I think I forgot to tell you that this is Fostoria, and it's the American pattern. Looks like cubes. This is by Torino. So cute. I'm guessing 60s. I could not believe my eyes. This little church thrift store in Hutchinson, Minnesota called Hutchinson Health Auxiliary Thrift Store. They're only open on the weekends. I don't even know if it's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't know. We never seem to be there on the weekends when they're open. I love going in there. Everything is so ridiculously cheap. You would not believe it. Right behind them, where you check out, where the ladies are standing, is some jewelry, necklaces hanging up, and some bracelets. And here was this little elephant sitting there. I couldn't believe my eyes. It had this tiny little, teeny tiny little handwritten sticker on it that said $1. Beautiful, beautiful condition. Really a neat find, because you probably remember that I had a very large collection years ago and then sold a lot of them, but I've actually still kept collecting them as I find them. If I find them at the Goodwill for a couple dollars, I'll pick it up, and I usually have Norm spray paint them. I just thought it would be fun to show you how I happened to think the other day about putting 4 little earring trays that I happened to choose green color for, putting them on this vintage kooky angled shelf that Norm refinished for me. It was in pretty poor condition when we found it several years back, and I've had different little ceramic owls on it, but I got to thinking that it would be fun to show this little collection for a while. I'm always changing everything around. I've had the first 3 from the left over for quite a few years. I did put the little googly eyes on the second one and painted both the butterflies and him with a little black accent, and most of the earring trays that were just spray painted by Norm for me looked like they could use just a little more accent on them. I didn't like them gold, and that's what these were. The double one is my newest find. I think I may have gotten that from Wild Vintage Collective recently. So Norm got it spray painted before it got really cold out. So then it just made me think about these 4 that would fit on this kooky shelf. And then because I just thrifted that pink elephant, I thought you might get a kick out of seeing this and might give you some ideas. I still keep buying them. There's another one I just found that's just flowers, and it's still gold. I also could not believe my eyes at the Goodwill. This was like a really reasonable price, like $2.99 or $3.99. And I knew right away what it was. This feels like plastic, of course, and people on the internet are calling it lucite acrylic, and I had the red one many years ago. I thought it was really cool, but it just, I don't know, I just lost interest in it. And when I buy new things, out go a lot of other things, and that's what we're doing all the time. I have like 5 bags in the basement right now, bagged up. We just took over at least 3 bags the other day. I keep donating back a lot of these really sweet things because I find new things that I'm interested in, and I've already shown you those other items a couple times or more. So I just don't need them. I'm not selling right now, and I want to give back. So I gave away the red one, and it is on eBay for like $48. It is called, well, I can show you, Mid-Century Modern Red Molded Acrylic Lucite Ribbon Snack Spaghetti Basket Bowl. That's a big mouthful. So that's what the red one looked like. It's exactly what I had. So that's why I realized right away when I saw this. I know the Goodwill did not really realize how old this is. It says mid-century modern, so yeah, I don't know if down below they actually would tell you what year. Nope, they're not. So I was surprised to see it in pink. It's a very cute item for, well, you could serve anything in it you want, but it is very cute for Easter too. So I had a hard time leaving that sitting there too. It was tough to leave behind some of these really neat things. I don't know if I'll sell them, but I'm certainly enjoying showing them to you. And therefore you may know next time you might see something like that. Very cool. I am always very thrilled when I find a bangle bracelet as pretty as this one. I love the animal print ones. It's hard to tell how old some of these are, but it doesn't matter to me. I think they're so sweet to display on the milk glass bud vases that are so common. And I have a shelf full of the smaller bud vases and decided to start using some very tall milk glass skinny vases that I found. Also, I've got like 3 of them now. They have a great pattern at the base, and I've been finding them very reasonable at thrift stores too. So this one is definitely an animal print, and I decided it would be fun to show you all the animal print ones now that I've found over the past, maybe it could be 10 years that I've been searching for them. This particular one was from Family Pathways. They're starting to charge more for them than what I used to get them for. This one was marked $4.50, which I would have paid, but luckily it was senior discount day, so I actually got it for $3.37. You'll be surprised when I show you. I stacked them all on a very tall bittersweet vase. That's how many animal ones I have. Yep. So if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's how many I found upstairs. They were scattered about on the milk glass bud vases on the shelving. And I just wanted to show you what I was talking about. The milk glass tall vase. I found 3 of them now at thrift stores. They are Very nice also. They're so skinny that I've started stacking up the bangle bracelets on them. So I hope you don't mind me showing you why I go crazy when I find a new bangle bracelet. Yep. Especially when they're glittery like that. I just think that's so fun. Yay. This is called Speedy Whipper. Speedy Whipper. And it says patent pending. Now, I saw this at Goodwill last week, and it just stood out from all the glassware with this red plastic top and white handle. I thought, what in the world is this with all the red measure marks on the backside? So I tried to look it up. Norm was waiting for me in the car, so I didn't want to take too long, but I did try to search it. What does that say? Do not work plunger above this line, or you'll probably spray it all over yourself. That's funny. I dare you. So I get in the car. I didn't get it. We're driving off about a mile away or so. So I took out my phone and I just tried to quickly show Norm what this looked like at the Goodwill by us, $4.99. And so I told him I found out on the internet that they're all saying it's vintage, and some of them were saying it's from the 1950s. Have you ever seen anything like this? Do you see it has 3 stainless plates in the bottom, and that rod going up to the handle is actually aluminum. You can just tell the difference. It's flat and it's pale. So I told Norm about it, and he said, well, do you want it? Why didn't you get it? I said, I don't know. I just felt guilty. I thought it would be really cute to show to you in the kitchen. I may not be using Pro Video because it just jumped there. Pro Video, we found, doesn't do all that jumping. So maybe I didn't get it on that this time. So he turned around and he said, well, just go back in and get it. I felt really dumb. Oh, I'd gotten some little thing, you know. Yeah, it was just some little thing. So the same girl was standing there, and I walked back in and I said, brought this back up to her, and I said, I couldn't make up my mind about this, whether to get it or not. And I looked over at the aisle behind her, that where there were end caps, where all the aisles start. I could look over at the end caps behind her, and I said, oh, I forgot. I didn't go over there, and I see something Halloween. So I said, can I please just set this here? And so Norm thinks I'm coming in for this thing. And I spent a little while more in there because I knew that I missed the whole knick-knack aisle and the end caps. And that's where I found the very first item I showed you. The little pumpkins and the ghost sitting on top of that tree stump. That was there on an end cap. And the reason why I didn't go over there is because everybody was lined up to check out. It was very busy. So I picked up that cute Halloween item, and then I start walking back, and I thought, oh, you didn't go down this knick-knack aisle at all either, which was packed. You would not believe what was standing so tall in that knick-knack aisle. I came out with it to the car. It's huge, absolutely huge. I'll save it for last. I had no idea I was going to spend that much when I just went back in to get this. Jeez. Norm looks at me like, What in the world? So tell me if you thought you might have picked this up for $4.99 for your vintage kitchen. Speedy Whipper. Pretty funny. Look it up. It's pretty cute. Beautiful condition too. Doesn't even look used. As you know, I am crazy for these soldier tins. And I found 3 more this year, this fall, when they started putting Christmas stuff out. Well, I might have found this little guy late last year. He's been sitting around. So it seems to me that they're getting fancier. I have all of them put out right now in the living room. These 2 tall ones in the back are just gorgeous. I don't recall what I spent on this little guy, but you can see that he's plainer with the design and paint. There's no label on this one, but there is on one of these. Yep. So these are very, very elaborate, and they are like $4.99. I just got this one at the Goodwill for $4.99. I don't mind spending that. Yes, it would have been wonderful if it was a Wednesday and I could have gotten a discount, but you see, this is truffles, and it says product of Italy, and could have been a 21 tin, United Kingdom, packaged by the Silver Crane Company in Hampshire, United Kingdom. So maybe the fancier the chocolates in them, the fancier the tin. But look at this guy too. Can you believe this? Isn't that, it's completely different than that guy. Isn't that something? I just think these are the coolest collectible. That is just amazing. Similar on the pants, but I can't wait to get them together to show you in our Christmas video. So yeah, the big ones, they're averaging $4.99. They're getting more expensive at the Goodwill every time I look for them. Every year they seem to go up $1. Yeah, hope you like those. I sure do. This is a vintage beaded purse made in Japan. And I was very, very surprised to find this. It was $5.50 at Family Pathways, but I had my senior discount, so I got it for $4.12. And I collect beaded purses like this in all different colors, and I normally like plastic ones. I did wash it. It seemed very, very clean inside, but it's just a tiny bit puckery. Oops. Just wanted to show you the label. But it's in excellent condition. These beads are wood. Very nice gold chain. It's not a zipper, it's a snap. It's kind of pinched up right there, raised up on both sides. So it does have just a slight pattern. A little hard to see. But I'm going to put a little bit of stuffing in it, or cardboard piece, to stiffen it out. And I've been hanging all my beaded vintage purses up on one wall in my bedroom with some fancy big white flower hooks. So that's a project that I've been working on when I'm in the mood, and Norm can help reach up higher, and he's already helped me hang quite a few of them, but just the arrangement alone is a challenge. because I do have all different colors, but this is the only one I've ever found that looks like real wood that has been coated. I think that's what it feels. It feels like plastic, but I believe it's real wood that's been coated, and it's heavy. So that was an unreal price for a very clean Japan beaded purse. Well, here's the second to the last item. I asked Norm to come and hold this for me. It's a little bit of a heavy bowl. I found this at Family Pathways in early September, so I was going to use it for my kitchen Halloween video, but I forgot it. It looks black, right? So I walked up to Norm with it and I said, Norm, this is vintage. They're occasionally in an antique shop, and they are often in an amber color. We saw one at Up Your Alley Vintage 3 years ago. I've seen one at other antique malls in the Twin Cities, but they're either in a golden, lighter amber or a darker amber. I have never seen this color. They do call it lucite, and it's kind of considered like a rope lucite, you know, like your lamp, your lights, like see the rope on there on top of spaghetti. The real thin stuff is typically called a spaghetti light, but when it's got a lot of that on it, they call that lucite rope. So this is what I would consider this. So I've asked Norm to hold it up to the light way over here. It is actually purple and brown. It's really hard to see. Can you get closer to the light?
How's that?
Yes. Maybe even I could try this too for the fun of it. So it's really weird. It's really deceiving why they would put brown in with purple.
I think the light's taken away from the color up there on the top edge where it...
Boy, the siren's going on over there tonight. Yeah, isn't that crazy? So it looks nicer if I had daylight and held it up to the kitchen window.
Try taking
with
the
bright daylight or go out to the sun.
So now I think it shows the purple color more now. Yeah, there you go. It's
I don't know. Hard to see it on the edges where it's thicker. You'd have to tilt it so the edge was up against the light. Yeah, see what I mean?
Yeah, this thing isn't lightweight.
No,
it's pretty heavy.
It's heavy. Yeah, it's heavy. But have you ever seen any of these around? Because I noticed them. We had one many years ago. Do you remember, Norm? You can put it down hard on your arms. We had one many years ago. I picked it up somewhere like a thrift store, and we debated for a long time about it because it had a hole in the bottom, and it was shaped more like it would be a light shade.
Oh, like you flipped it over?
Yeah, it was deeper, and it was much deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice, beautiful amber color, and it would have lit up beautifully, but either that or somebody just thought that was a good idea, you know, and put a hole in it. But it really was shaped like a lampshade to me.
See how this is swirled around inside?
Yeah. It would have been really fun to watch somebody make one of these. So let me know if you have seen these, you know about them, you know how it's made, when it was made. I'd say like the 60s. But it was very surprising to find that at Family Pathways, and I think it was like $6.99. And I think I've seen them selling for like $25. Because lucite,
Yeah,
considered
it's really
lucite.
abstract. It's just
Yeah,
looks like it
pretty
started
wild.
here and there.
But you know, that's why
Wrapped it
I thought
around.
it would have been really funny for Halloween. You could put, you know, anything in there. Not popcorn, it would fall through. But I mean, something fun. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm sure you get the idea. I wish I could have shown you up against the sun. That would have been probably the best.
Yeah, probably would have, but
It's weird. All right. Pretty weird, but just had to share that with you guys and thought it would have been a neat Halloween item. Okay, there's one more thing I want Norm to try to hold up for me. He doesn't have to, but we'll see.
okay.
Here is the last item that is really weird, and Norm was kind of flabbergasted when I came out the door with it.
That's putting it mildly.
Yeah. This is when I went back to see the aisles that I missed because there were people in the way with their carts.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah. I ordered a package of multi-sized animal eyes. So they're cat eyes, lizard-looking, frog-looking eyes, owl eyes, no people eyes. But they're glass, and they were all different colors, and I think it was only like $6.99 or something. Not much. On Amazon.
Peggy's gone hog wild.
Yeah,
gluing eyes on everything.
Yeah, so
I'm surprised she hasn't put them on me yet.
Some of the rhinestone ones I had done that were glittered, they weren't faceted, pretty gemstones on some of them.
This has really got weird pattern to it.
Yeah, I mean he's furry looking, but they put such a dark glaze on him. But he was $19.99, so I splurged. So when I went back in to get the crazy Speedy Whip thing, you took me back there.
Oh, that plunger.
Yeah, the plunger Speedy Whip thing.
Yeah.
You said go back in and get it, you know, because it looked like it was interesting. I was in there a little longer. And that's because I missed those aisles. And then I come out
lugging this,
spending $30 more than what I meant to. But I could have had different eyes than this too. I had a couple of different pairs of eyes. There was no identification on the bottom of him, was there? So that's my new cat. I wish we could have a real cat, but they're too much work. Most of our married life, we've had real cats, 1 or 2 at a time. Never 3. But yeah, I just had a hard time. Oh, look at those claws.
Yeah, he's got claws. Wicked.
Wow. I've never seen this mold done by anybody. Never. In any place we've ever been, I've not seen that mold. Maybe now I might run across it, but it was definitely a kitty cat, not a big cat looking animal, you know. Definitely a kitty cat. So that's my last super crazy thrift.
Are you sticking to that story?
Oh, and I was really hoping before I did this video, I was going to go to a pet store.
Oh, and get a collar?
Well, I was either going to get it a fancy collar because it's life size, or I was just going to look up in my jewelry and put a gold necklace, thick, you know, a chunky gold chain. That would work too, but I really kind of wanted a fun, real, you know, a cute, glitzy cat collar on it. My mom did that to a huge dog, beagle dog ceramic that she had for many years, made by Lefton. It was really big, about the size of this one. And she had a real dog collar on it and dog tags from her old dogs. I'm serious. They had the city on it and everything. Yeah. Okay, well, gotta go. I'm sorry, this is really a long video. We're looking forward to sharing some Christmas videos with you. But in the meantime, we would sure love it if you guys would watch our old Thanksgiving videos. We have a lot of them out there, and it would help us a lot because this is a very slow process for us to get all of this ready and get it out. By December, we'll do that, but please watch our old Thanksgiving videos. Thank you. We love you guys. You're really, really wonderful and sweet to us.
Have a good time, everybody.
Yeah, have a wonderful November. I hope to see you again next week. And bye now. Take care.